What we gonna do right now is go back, way back.
Baby.
What's up? I thought you was gonna start hanging out with the big girls again. What is all this trash? I'm serious. Where you are, not ever. Oh, not the Britney Spears. Hey, how you doing? Oh, but ain't the little leprechaun. Girl, your wings are so up. You look a mess. All about the big girls. What about the big girls?
Big girl, work it, work it, work. Big girl, work it, work it, work. Big girl, you just suck all the fat off your ass. Yo, what up, y'all? Welcome to another edition of yours truly, Uncle Luke, The Luke Show, the podcast. We are live. Today is Tuesday. I know I normally go on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, but this is the day after. This is the day after. I'm gonna keep myself in order because I expected us to win, but we didn't. We did not win. That's what happened. Unfortunately, things happen and you don't win. Those things that happen, we're going to discuss them today right here on the Luke Show. And I'm just happy that you guys are able to join me. As you can see, I do not have a voice. It's gone because I did a whole bunch of extracurricular activities last night after the game. I'm going to tell y'all where I looked at the game. how I spent my day looking at the game. But for the most part, everything else is beautiful. I just want to thank you guys for joining me today. Hopefully we don't have any technical difficulties like we have been having for the last couple of days. Sometimes I move and I try to do the show in other areas. Like right now, this is a totally different camera that I'm working with, and maybe some different sound. And you know, we're working it out. Brother's gonna work it out. But long as you are here right now, today on Tuesday, this is a Luke Tuesday. I normally do my television show, not television show, but I normally do my radio show with the Andy Slater Sports Radio Show on iHeart Radio every Tuesday. You can follow me. You can join me. What's up, Glow? How you doing? I see you over there, Glow. My Glow is my regular. She's always here with me. Glow, I got a whole nother camera going here. It's funny. It's funny, man. Listen, I want to thank you guys for joining me on YouTube, Uncle Luke TV. Uncle Luke, don't do it. Don't do it, Danny. Don't start this, Danny. You're throwing me off right now. Thank you for joining me on Uncle Luke Real One, Uncle Luke Real One Twitter, Uncle Luke Real One Instagram, my fan page. Shouts out to everybody over there on Facebook, on my Facebook page. Make sure on all these pages you like, share, and subscribe. Go in there and tell somebody. Tell somebody. I want to tell you guys this. I want to thank you all. This show is out of control. This show has gotten bigger and bigger. There are places I can't even go where somebody that saw the show and they enjoyed the show. They looked at it. They enjoyed some of the clips that we consistently pump out there to everybody. This thing has taken a whole life of its own. I didn't know it was going to be this successful this short of time, but it's not about me. It's about you. It's about you being the people that like, share, subscribe, and go and tell somebody. Whether you like some of the things I talk about or not, I just hold it up for discussion. You know, we just have conversations and, you know, I just put something different on your mind, you know, and that's what I try to do. You know, unlike what everybody else is doing, just the Uncle Luke perspective. And, you know, I've been doing this for a very long time. I started back, not now, but when I used to do the Peep Show and the Freak Show. The Peep Show is much more driven, similar, where I would go and interview people like Lil Kim and Biggie Smalls, Tupac, all these different people. I would go and interview these folks, and we'll have good conversation. And, I mean, you know, you probably look at what they're doing on the Shannon Sharpe show right now, and you say, oh, that is some unique shit, you know, but, you know, which I like the show. It's a great show, but I actually used to do that before. You know, I mean, when I interview Biggie, interviewing Jay-Z, interviewing Aaron Hall, interviewing Lil Kim, you know, even Lil Kim without any augmentation. Y'all want to see that? Y'all want to see that? Just put it in the chat. You want to see a short clip? No, better, I'm going to show you a short clip of me interviewing Tupac. And I'm going to start bringing some of you all these clips as I go before I get into this entire show, because you know we're going to talk about the University of Miami football. Still got my headband on. We're going to talk about what happened, when it happened. But let me just show you a little clip of some of the interviews I used to do. Got my man Tupac in the motherfucking house. Yo,
it's me, Luke, and it's Hennessy and Coke.
And
the Moet. It's 4 niggas up in here.
In the fucking Moet. Yo, this is the Raw Show. You know, I can't even put my man. I got to put my man in there like that there, you know, because we do that shit wild.
Or you be beeping everything.
Hell yeah.
I be like, beep, 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 beep. So a nigga can talk his mind, say what he want to say.
On this motherfucker here, you can just do what you want to do.
Up in this bitch with Luke.
Look out for the album.
Johnny
J.
J.
Tupac.
One of my producers. Hey, I got this album.
Right here, baby.
It's called UM. Double album, Christmas. I'ma tell him right now. If you let a nigga talk, I'ma tell him right now. I'ma tell him right now. Can I tell him right now? Can I tell him right now?
Oh, all right.
Can I?
Tell him the X-rated version. Tell him my friend.
Can I tell him? I got some fat shit. A nigga was in jail for 11 and a half months. I came out with a lot of shit to talk about. I went in the studio straight from jail, 20 songs, double album, Euthanasia. I got a song with Nate Dogg, I got a song with Roger, I got a song with George Clinton, I got a song with Dre, I got a song with Snoop, I got a song with Corrupt, Daz, Rage, Faith from Bad Boy.
Stand up, make a fuck for a buck and pay her half of what she worth.
Where is he? Uncle Lou! 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 Make some motherfucking noise! Uncle Lou!
See what I'm saying? I got all of the footage from all of the peep shows. Because if you have been following me through my career, you know I used to do this thing called a peep show. And the peep show was when I used to sit down and do interviews, similar to what Cam Newton and Shannon Sharpe does. But I used to just create the whole scenario. Lil Kim, Tupac, as you saw, fresh out of jail. He said it. That was me, Trick Daddy, Musa D, Shane over at, we all went to Vegas. That was right after the beef. That was when it was straight beef. Right after the beef, it was like, you got to be crazy. You are not going to go and interview Tupac at the 669 Suge nightclub after you and Death Row had this biggest beef and fighting in Jack the Rapper in Atlanta, fighting in Orlando, and you're not going to do that. So the only way you squash beef if you go have a conversation with somebody. So we had the conversation before that conversation, and Tupac is my boy. That's why y'all always see, you know, me and Tupac sitting there with my Miami Heat jersey on. That's my guy. So again, we would do these interviews before, and we would sit down and have them. So I got all that stuff in the archives that most of you people have never seen. You never seen the interview with Lil Kim. You never seen the interview, the full interview with Tupac. You never seen the interview. You just saw a clip of me and Jay-Z and the two girls, hanky panky. You never seen the interview with Biggie Smalls. You never seen the interview with Big Pun. You never seen a lot of interviews of people that you may not never get to see. And it will bring you full circle as to where we're at right now. Aaron Hall. When Aaron Hall said R. Kelly stole his style, now R. Kelly is saying other people stole his style. So I got all that. We've been there, did that, bought the t-shirt. We used to, I mean, come on, let's keep it above. But I love what all the mother brothers are doing. They're not reinventing the wheel, but we're going to show you some clips of that here. But what we try to do is be sports, entertainment, and politics. Most people, you know, couldn't understand this at the beginning. It was like, Luke, what are you doing? Why you just don't stick to sports? You do that good. Luke, why you don't stick to just politics? You do that good. Luke, just do the show on entertainment. No. I said, well, I can't give people all of it. Sports, politics, and entertainment. Because I can sit up here and hold a political conversation with the best of them. Because, again, came from a political background. That's why I started. Fighting the Supreme Court, all politics. Going through every quarter of the land. Putting parental advisory stickers on records, all politics. All those things you got to do and all them, you got to understand the politics of it all, because if you don't understand the politics of it all, then you'll get caught in the trick bag and you'll find yourself spending tons of money with lawyers and not knowing how to defend yourself when they put a camera before your face. That's why right now I'm sitting there contemplating whether or not I'm going to run for Congress, which I'm 90% sure of what direction I'm going to go in. I'm going to do that announcement on February 8th. Big announcement. I'm going to go do some more fact finding and everything and make me an announcement on February 8th, because I really think I need to be doing politics. And on February 8th, if I decide that that's the direction I'm going to go, then I'm going to probably have to end up stop coaching high school football. So that'll be like a couple news stories in itself. But I will not stop doing this podcast, regardless of whether I do either or, because I think this is important for us to have a different kind of conversation about different things that are going on in the world, because a lot of people have these conversations about some of the things that's happening in this world, and we don't really agree. Most of the stuff I talk about comes from the barbershop. For instance, like the big beef with Nicki Minaj and Don Lemon. We'll talk about that here on the show. We'll have that conversation. You know, also, University of Miami, what happened? What didn't happen? Why didn't we win? All those things. I'll give you my take. Some people ain't going to like some of the things I may have to say, but I'm going to say it. You know, I got this big conversation, which will segue into that conversation with this guy, Mike Ryan, on the Dan Le Batard show. I was supposed to actually go do Dan Le Batard's show. Shouts out to Dan. Tried to get me there. He don't know. Right now, he'll probably find out on the show why I didn't go, because I got a real serious problem with the guy, his co-host, Mike Ryan, on the show. I think about it. You know, my dad always told me, fools rush in where wise men never go. So if I know I'm going to go to a show or someplace where I'm going to probably end up doing something that I'm going to regret, then I don't go. That's a fool. Fools rush in where wise men never go. That's a wise man not being a fool, rushing in someplace where a wise man would never go. So that's why I didn't go to that event. Sorry. I didn't go to Dan Le Batard's show. I love Dan. Dan went to my wedding when I was married. And I always respect him. He's always been a good friend of mine. We've always had our time in the sun. But again, that's one thing. I mean, we're going to talk about University of Miami football, the state of the University of Miami football, and bring you back to, and I always want you to go back to some of my other shows, because some of my other shows, you know, I don't speak in a now. I speak now about now things, but then I give you my opinion as to how this thing is going to play out in the future. How some things, whether sports, politics, and entertainment, similar to Donald Trump. When Donald Trump parked all those ships outside of Venezuela, I basically said on this show, on this platform, you can go back and look at some of the tapes, that no, it's not going to end well. You do not park that much assets in the front of somebody's front yard and not do something. That's almost like taking a pistol out, pulling the pistol and not shooting it. And we all know the street rule number one. If you pull it, you shoot it. If you don't pull it, then don't shoot it. You feel me? And so when I said that on the show, look, man, they're going to go into Venezuela. I don't know how it's going to be, but at some point they're going to go in there. And at some point, as long as these assets are out in the Caribbean, there's a strong possibility that they're creating another exercise to go into another country. So everybody needs to be aware in that region whether or not Donald Trump is going to go into your area. And basically that is. A lot of people sit up here and they tell me, hey, Luke, this is all fucked up. And why is he doing it? Whether you believe on one side or the other. But I always say, elections have consequences. People ask me, I don't do protests. I protest when I go to the poll. And I protest when I get on any of my platforms and say, you need to vote. I'm always endorsing a candidate. Sometimes I don't endorse because I don't like either candidate. Some people firmly believe that I should endorse no matter what. I like Kamala Harris. I endorsed her. I thought that was very important. Everything she said, pinpoint that was going to happen in this administration, she said it. Am I mad at what Donald Trump is doing? Fuck no. Because Donald Trump won the election fair and square. He gets to do what the fuck he wants to do. And if you don't like it, you got 4 years to deal with him. You got a midterm. Get your ass out there and vote for people who are not going to allow him to do the things that he's doing. So when everybody sat there and all these white people running around out here fucking protesting and all these Mexicans and all these Venezuelans and all these Latinos who didn't vote for Kamala Harris because she was a black woman and they couldn't stomach themselves and voting for a black woman, all these white people in rural areas who are losing money because of tariffs, you made the bed, you got to lay in it. So whatever Donald Trump does, he can do what the fuck he want to do. Do I have beef with what he got? No. You got the microphone, you get to spit what you want to spit on there. And unfortunately, that is what he's doing. And you can't be mad at it. That is what the fuck he's doing. So I talk about all these different things on this platform here. You know, I talk about Congress. I talk about NIL. Where we're at right now, NIL. You know, I was trying to bring up a clip because I heard a clip of Charles Barkley talking about NIL. And I thought it was the most asinine thing I've ever heard. Charles Barkley talking about NIL. Now, I can understand some of the things that he's saying. I can understand some of those things. But let me let you all listen to it and we'll dive into it. There we go. Charles Barkley.
That phrase, general manager, being thrown around the way we do now?
You know, this is how crazy our country is. We've actually screwed up college athletics, which used to be the greatest thing in the world.
Yeah.
And we how bad we are as a society. How do you screw up college sports? And I'm not against the players making money, but I think the model we have now is unsustainable, where you have to come up with tens of millions of dollars every year to pay college players. Like, yeah, I'm not in for that. And I've said before, I've given more money to Auburn, legal or illegal, than any athlete in the history of the school. And the notion that I'm going to come up with a couple $1 million every year so we can be good at basketball and football, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
Now you have to do it every semester. They're leaving at the end of a semester after you already negotiated.
And so you can't say on one hand you believe in, because you got to give out money every semester for college athletics. You can't say you believe that the kids should be making money. It's a big debate. It's a big debate. It's a big, full-fledged on debate, and I want you all to be smart about this. Who's making it a big debate? Who created the circus? NCAA. Who took control of the name, image, and likeness? College players. They went in and sued because people were illegally using their name, image, and likeness for profits. You see right now, before NIL and before these collectives, how much money was generated, how much money was available. Let's say it like this, how much money was available that they were not paying back 5-10 years ago. And the amount of money that they're paying right now. Have you ever thought about that? So if you had all this money available that you have right now today, you had the same amount of money available before when you wasn't paying no college athletes. I remember a short time ago when there was a basketball tournament. And there was a young man that was in the hotel and he got suspended because a coach bought him a pizza. Or he left the hotel or something like that because he was hungry. And it was against the rule if the coach would have bought him a piece. So that's what it was. Because he hadn't had his 3 square meals as if he was some kind of slave. And he couldn't give him no money to go buy a pizza because that would have been an NCAA violation. But here we are right now today when those college athletes did what? They sued, and they're suing every day. A kid sued because he felt like he didn't get opportunity to play 4 years of Division I football because he was in junior college. He won. They said right now junior college does not count against your 4 to 5 year eligibility in Division I football or whatever sports, which is right. So these kids are taking it upon themselves to fight back against this big corporation. But then you got guys like Nick Saban who decide that they don't want to coach in this landscape, which is understandable. That's his right. Made enough money, go sit on the TV. But then now all these guys are complaining. You hear Kirby Smart complain. You hear You hear Nick Saban complain. You hear Sarkisian complain. You have everybody complaining about where we're at right now, and then they go grab people like Charles Barkley and have a conversation about them, which complains. But they never talk about how much money these people have been making, how much money is available. So now the big push is to go to Congress and get Congress to create a law, to control NIL in college sports. Now, we're still talking about name, image, and likeness. We're still talking about my name, my image, my likeness. I remember it was a young lady in, I don't know whether it was Ball or it was another young lady, a parent at UCLA. She said, I'm going to pay for my son's college so I can control his name, image, and likeness. So that's where we were going. We were going somewhere before we got here. It was getting ready to get real messy because these universities and the NCAA was taking advantage of these young men, selling them jerseys, selling them videos, selling that game that everybody wants to play, getting these big-time contracts on TV. So now they want to regulate it. But the question becomes, who's trying to regulate it? The NCAA, the presidents, the commissioners. Who has a say in this? The only people have a say in this. And when you see things being pushed consistently through the media, and the media pushes this shit to the forefront, they got Charles Barkley talking about it. Sarkisian talking about it. They got Nick Saban talking about it. They keep pushing this narrative down your throat. It's always a narrative that you got to be very conscious of what you're hearing. But have you heard from the fucking players? Have any players went to Capitol Hill and had a conversation with any elected official like they've sent Nick Saban and other people and college, the chairman of the NCAA and all these damn commissioners going up to Capitol Hill, have a conversation with politicians about what bill they need to create to control NIL, what collective bargaining deal they need to create. Because these institutions, majority of them fall up under what? State rules. So that's where we at. But there's nobody representing the kids. Nobody representing the players. Whether they're black, white, green, purple, whatever, because it affects them all. It's not a black and white thing. It's not just a football thing. It's girls basketball thing. It's girls softball thing. It's boys basketball. It's boys football. Soccer. It's all of the above. Swimming, you name it. There's these kids' name, image, and likeness, but you don't see them pushing an individual from the other side. What are the players? How do the players feel about this? You have no agency. The players don't have a union. They don't have a union president that they can speak to. They can go defend their rights up on Capitol Hill, go and lobby. They don't have nobody. So they feel like this is the right time that they can take advantage of the situation. So that's where we at when it comes to that. So we had those kind of conversations right here on this particular show. Shit that you don't hear on a regular basis because I am not represented by CAA. Unfortunately, I'm not represented by CAA. I'm represented by Universal Attractions. Those are my agents. So they don't fucking tell me what to do. Nobody tells me what to do. It's just that simple. So ladies and gentlemen, this is where we at. Let's start it off.
Winning interception, just sealing the deal there. Take us through that play.
So we were in cover 2 that play, and it was 3-by-1, and I had the single receiver to my side. And my coach always told us when we got the single receiver to our side, I have to carry it if he run a vertical, and that's what he did, and I carried it. And once I seen Carson Beck release the ball, I knew it was mine, and I knew the game was over after I caught it.
What did this game mean to you, coming back to your hometown, performing in front of friends and family where you grew up, and then sealing the deal and getting a national title win for the Hoosiers?
And this game meant a lot to me, you know. Growing up, I always wanted to be a Miami Hurricane. I always wanted to play in a Dolphin Stadium, as you can see. And, you know, they didn't recruit me, so I just took that, brung it on the field, brought that angle on the field to make a good play to seal the deal for my team.
So I started right there. When I'm getting into this UM football, I know most of y'all are sitting there waiting for it. I started right there because I've said on this show on numerous occasions on different platforms, in these playoffs, we have to beat players that are from South Florida, whether it's Dade, Brown, Palm Beach County. We have to beat our own. We had Jeremiah Smith, Dade County. We had to beat him. Running back from Texas A&M. Several other kids on Texas A&M team, we had to beat them. I think it was a couple players on our Ole Miss team, we had to beat them to get to this point. We had 2 players, 3 players. Everybody focused on Mendoza. And I'm going to get into Mendoza. But you didn't focus on Ponder. DB from Chaminade. Number 5. 22, you just heard from. Redshirt Junior from Miami Northwestern. Redshirt Junior from Miami Northwestern. Now, I want you to keep that right there. Redshirt Junior from Miami Northwestern. That means he's been there for about 3 years. That means he was going to Indiana or some college, when we were recruiting and supposedly not have any DBs, which is the reason why we fired the last defensive coordinator, because last year we did not have any DBs in the room. And he asked Mario and Dennis Smith for some DBs, and they came out and admitted that they didn't give him the DBs that he wanted, but then we got a boatload of DBs this year. Table that. He should have been playing for the University of Miami if they would have recruited him. If they did a proper evaluation of him, he would have been playing at the University of Miami. Both young men All three young men played significant roles. This young man intercepted the game-winning, the game-sealing interception. He intercepted that. They locked down both of our receivers. It got so bad. Ponder took the interception last week from Oregon in the second play of the game. Another kid. Recruited here, never recruited here in Miami, Florida. Never got an opportunity. Came in here with a chip on his shoulder, just like they said, on a consistent basis. They recruited me. I had a problem with that. 2 DBs, 2 lockdown corners. Why are they locked down, Luke? Are you over-exaggerating this? No, they're locked down because they allowed their defense at one point to go into a fucking 6-1 box. They stayed in a 50, which is a bare front. They stayed with 5 linemen. When you can go 5 linemen, you trust your cornerbacks. When you can go 5 linemen, you got to trust your cornerbacks. You got to trust that they're able to lock down these receivers that we got in the portal. Speaking of got in the portal, this is where people, you know, I can talk about it now, and I wanted to wait until the season's over with. Everybody, when I'm critical of the receiver coach Kevin Beard, in my opinion, and I said it last year was worst receiver coach. Everybody say, well, how could he be the worst receiver coach and he has the best receiver, Restrepo, of all times at the University of Miami? What? My dog could be the best receiver of all times at the University of Miami in a Shannon Dawson offense. Because if you know a Shannon Dawson offense, all they do is throw to the slot receiver. Malachi Tony is special. Malachi Tony is playing the position of Restrepo. He's getting those same balls that Restrepo got. Where's the development? Every year we go into the portal, we go get 0. I'm not calling them kids' name. We go get 0, we go get 7. It's not their fault. A kid from BYU, another kid from LSU. And what did we do? If Kevin Beard is so much of a gangster at developing, and everybody want to give him credit for Malachi Tony, which is no fucking way in the world I will sit here and allow that to happen. Malachi Tony got developed by his daddy, Antonio Brown, and not the crazy one. His name is Daylock. He played for West Virginia. You go to his Instagram page, he will show you his son being developed by him as a little baby in the park. He played for West Virginia. He played for Miami Central. He played for goddamn Washington Redskins, when they were the Redskins. You go look up his daddy film on all those different situations, and you will see Malachi Tony in the flesh, in his daddy. You go pull up the Central film highlight of his daddy, and you will see Malachi Tony. You go pull up his film at West Virginia, you will see Malachi Tony. So don't give me this bullshit about Kevin Beard fucking developing no damn Malachi Tony. Just got there. JoJo been there 2 years. Ray been there 2 years. So everybody just knew it was going to be Luke is going after this clown because of Ray, because Ray played for him. Nope, because I strategically never mentioned Ray name. I looked at facts. I always look at facts. Number 1 receiver from Alabama. He came from the University of Miami. Number 1 receiver at Georgia. He came from the University of Miami. All these guys jumped in the portal and fucking hauled ass because they didn't want to have anything to do with Kevin Beard. Kevin Beard just got a contract. He was the last motherfucker to get a contract at the University of Miami on the staff. because of lack of development. When you got to go in the portal every year to go get 2 starters, you get the number 3. How the fuck can the number 3 targeted receiver at BYU all of a sudden be the number 1 receiver at the University of Miami over JoJo and Ray Ray and Josh? Really? How could the number 3 receiver at LSU all of a sudden come into Miami and all of a sudden he's the number 1 receiver over JoJo, Ray Ray, and Josh? But mind you, going back to where we at right here, if you're doing all this development, last time I checked, here we go. Last time I checked, can't pull it up. How tall is Ponder? How tall is Ponder? Please tell me. Somebody tell me how tall is fucking DeAngelo Ponder? DeAngelo Ponder is 5'9", weighs 170 pounds. So you got these big time fucking receivers who's supposed to be all that in the world, and Ponder could lock your ass down. It's the difference. Dade County football. So you throw Dade County football receivers in the garbage for some fucking people from out of town. And then what happens? In the biggest game in the last 20 years, 25 years at the University of Miami, 2 kids from South Florida playing cornerback, Ponder, and another kid, Jeremiah, from the West, lock your ass down. Look at the film. Don't look at me. Film don't lie. People do. We couldn't get off the press. We allowed them to line up 6 motherfuckers in the box, 8 motherfuckers, 6 down linemen at one point. That's when Fletcher bounced it out. Thank God we did that. Then it was 5-2 most of the time, man-to-man coverage. We couldn't do shit because our receivers play soft, everybody but Malachi Tony. And then we don't rotate JoJo in the game enough. We just throw him in, throw the ball to him right now as if he's a fucking robot. But again, people, it's not all there. It's enough to go around. Because this shit right here, kind of 2 people rushing. Count them. You got 2 people rushing the punt. This guy, number 87, the starting tight end. See, when you have a starting tight end, that means you got to take a receiver off the field. What happened to best 11 on the field at the University of Miami? What happened to the best 11? What happened to the fucking best 11 on the field? So everybody wants to throw Ray Ray versus Malachi. No. In the words of Andre Johnson, everybody plays fucking receiver. You play in all the positions. That's why you saw Malachi being able to move everywhere. So I hate when they come with this silly ass notion that, oh, it's Ray Ray against Malachi. It's JoJo against this one. It's Josh against this one. No, everybody play every position. So I go to this guy here who let the punt get blocked. Who let the punt get blocked for a touchdown? The tight end. Who ain't blocked nobody. Go look at the Louisville film. He ain't blocked nobody in that motherfucking game. So when you put him in the game, you have to take out a receiver. I always envision JoJo, Ray Ray, Josh, and Malachi. That's what I envision. But they all never got an opportunity to go on the field. And people wonder, when shit like this happens at the University of Miami and other kids go to other schools and they can win a championship and they can come lock down these motherfuckers that y'all brought from somewhere else, They go to those places. See, the thing is, what we're in right now, why we were so irrelevant for the last 25 years, because we got all these numbnut head coaches to come in here and not listen to the community. They did not listen to the coaches at Central, Northwestern, and Edison, and Columbus, and Heritage, and fucking Chaminade. We're only one group. We'll tell you who is who. The guy who developed, the guy who intercepted the ball, the guy who developed the motherfucking kid who intercepted the ball. That guy, name is Whitehead, a guy who I took off the park and made him my defensive back coach at Miami Northwestern, and he stayed there. That guy is about that big. That guy is responsible for more first-round defensive back draft picks in all of high school football. You don't hear about his name. Carlton Davis, second-round pick out of Auburn. He'll be playing for the conference championship. He developed Carlton Davis. Yeah, I was the defensive coordinator, but he coached him. He coached Artie Burns, first-round draft pick. He coached him. He turned Artie Brown from being a mother, or Artie from being a goddamn track motherfucker to a goddamn football player. He coached Baker, another first-round pick out of Miami Northwest. He coached this kid. He's not coaching right now because Whitehead is a scientist. He don't like the fabric of how football is right now today. So I say this. He coached that same kid. The guy who's coaching over there at Miami Northwestern right now, his name is Cox. Cox coached this Chaminade kid. You talking about fucking dogs. You talking about gangster-ass coaches who, if you can play for them, like Jimbo Fisher said, how difficult it is to play football in South Florida. If you saw his interview, some reason I can't pull the shit up. We are different here. Now, I'll take you to Mendoza. You think for 1 minute, I don't know, who in the fuck thought we was getting ready to punk Mendoza? I don't know who thought we was getting ready to punk Mendoza. That wasn't happening. Mendoza plays at a school called Christopher Columbus. Christopher Columbus, nice private school with a bunch of resources and money, and everybody spends money at Christopher Columbus. But when it comes to football, Christopher Columbus don't duck no smoke. They don't duck no smoke. All my years of coaching high school football, Christopher Columbus never had a problem with playing the best football teams in Dade County. The white school you could ever imagine. They never duck no smoke. They never duck no Northwestern. They never duck no goddamn Central, whether it was in the division or not. They want to play you. They want to play the best. They're not like St. Thomas. I like Roger. They'll wait and catch you on a down year and then want to play. But if they know you got a bunch of gangsters, they ain't fucking with you. Columbus ain't like that. So Mendoza played in the parks down south, played in this shit, and had to get hit in the mouth. He's a Dade County kid. So when the man called timeout and called his number, you think for 1 motherfucking minute he wasn't going to get in that end zone? Damn what he, the rocket scientist that he is, he's a Dade County kid. So we got beat by 3 motherfucking kids that's supposed to be on our team. What did Mendoza say? He was alluding to it all the time leading up to this game, but he didn't want it to be bulletin board material. He didn't want it to distract. The kid said he didn't want to distract from the game itself to make it about him. coming back, and him being fucked over by University of Miami, and him not being a kid that wanted a preferred walk-on, and they didn't give him a walk-on. He never said that until the other night. They mentioned in the telecast that the dad said that Miami did call him up, and when he got in the portal, and he was like, no, his dad was like, no, we ain't having no parts of that shit. Down Streeter, football field. Saw Mendoza at the University of Miami camp. Now, this regime ain't got nothing to do with that. This is all fucking Manny Diaz. Saw him at the camp. When you go to a football camp, thousands of kids there. Streeter saw him light it up. Streeter saw the kid from Columbus light the fucking camp up. He went and got the kid and did an interview with him. Now, Football Field is arguably one of the #1 youth sports football outlets that you could always find every now and then. I have him on his show. On this show, you saw a young motherfucker, Mendoza. And he interviewed Mendoza after he lit the fucking camp up. And how many kids go to these camps at the University of Miami, University of FIU, and they light the fucking camp up, and they don't give them an offer. They don't give them a preferred walk-on. I got a fucking kid, John Jones, went and lit every one of these motherfucking camps up wide receiver, scored 18 touchdowns at FAU, while the dumbass receiver coach standing right there, and he don't offer him. This is the kind of shit that happens. We have numbnut coaches coaching our kids. This is why our kids leave. Our kids, that kid clearly said, that kid clearly said one thing that needs to resonate with you all. And every one of them said the same thing. All three of them said the main thing. We all wanted to be a hurricane. And we getting beat by our own. We've lost every one of our own, played a major role in every one of these goddamn national championships. You saw Cook at Georgia play a major role. You saw Amari Cooper, another kid I coach, play a major role in winning the national championship for Alabama. You saw the other Cook. Hello? We registering? So yes, the whole thing is put a fence around Miami. Yeah, that's the main thing. But you got to get the right kids. Don't get with the Hollywood shit, head coach. Don't get on the motherfucking podium and say I'm only recruiting 5 schools. You don't do that. No, you just recruit football players, and you go to the trap and find out where these guys are at. Fuck this goddamn Nick Saban. What did Nick Saban say? All these stars. He said it on the telecast. If you look at the telecast, he talked about stars. He talked about these people with all these fucking stars. If I had the clip, I'd pull it up again. And he mentioned he don't recruit stars. And one of the other guys on the panel said, yeah, when you get an offer from Alabama, you automatically turn to a 5-star. He's right. He's definitely right. Because I asked Nick this question the day that I took Amari Cooper to his camp. And he offered Amari Cooper because he looked at Amari Cooper digging up every fucking body in the camp. This is after I took Amari Cooper to the University of Miami. And the University of Miami told me, no, we've already committed to a guy named Herb Waters. And we told Herb Waters we were not taking another receiver. And at that point, I was like, oh, we're fucked. We're fucked under this regime. And Golden had just got there. I was like, if that's the way we're doing things right now, because we never did these things before in the past. No, you brought your ass here and you fucking competed. That's what we did then. And that's how Amari Cooper got goddamn Alabama. Same way how Devontae Freeman, everybody like, Luke, you're taking people to Florida State. Oh my God. Really? No, University of Miami did not want Devontae Freeman. So what the fuck? Well, I'm going to just let him go back home to the Poker Bean Projects as his coach? I'm going to just, oh, Miami don't want you. Oh, my God, you just can't play any football anymore. If they don't want you, you don't play. They only have 25 scholarships. You don't want you, you don't play. You just go to the Pork and Bean Projects and we'll get you a job in corrections or some shit like that. No, motherfucker. As a responsible head coach, you got to get the motherfucker to another goddamn school. You got to get the kid to another school. And you both down the highway and then Jimbo Fisher's, I don't like him. And then what happens? The kid goes on to win national championship, get drafted to the Atlanta Falcons, then do what? Straight out of the Poker Bean Project, ends up being the number one highest paid running back in the NFL. We do that because we misevaluate. And so nowadays, we will be playing against our own people. Every year going forward, we'll be playing against our own kids. So when we take and throw our kids in the garbage on our team and bring in the number 3 receiver from BYU and replace him with the Ray and JoJo's and the number 3 receiver at goddamn LSU and replace him with the players that we fucking recruited in the same class that goddamn Ruben Baines came in, because all of them are producing, you'll get these results. You don't evaluate these kids who are 5'9", who got dog mentality, who comes to your camp and lock a bitch down and you let them leave, then they beat your ass, so be it. They'll find a home. They will find a fucking home. They will find a home. They will go someplace. They will play football. And God bless, God help you when they goddamn show up on the scene. Because they will be saying the same thing like this young man said right here the other night.
Game-winning interception, just sealing the deal there. Take us through that play.
So we were in cover 2 that play, and it was 3-by-1, and I had the single receiver to my side. And my coach always told us when we got the single receiver to our side, I have to carry it if you run a vertical, and that's what he did, and I carried it. And once I seen Carson Beck release the ball, I knew it was mine, and I knew the game was over after I caught it.
What did this game mean to you, coming back to your hometown, performing in front of friends and family where you grew up, and then sealing the deal and getting a national title win for the Hoosiers?
And this game meant a lot to me, you know. Growing up, I always wanted to be a Miami Hurricane. I always wanted to play in a Dolphin Stadium.
I always wanted to be a Miami Hurricane. Now, mind you, he's 6'1". So all this bullshit that they put off on DeAngelo that, oh, he's 5'9", he's 6'1". Coached by, in my opinion, the best defensive back coach in the history of high school football in the state of Florida. And you guys get these preconceived notions about kids in the inner city. And oh, they just niggas. The ones who go to Northwestern, Edison, and Central, they just niggas. No, I want you to hear him talk again. How articulate the kids from the inner city of Miami talk. That's why I rep my guys. I'm going to get on Mike Ryan in a minute. There we go.
Game-winning interception, just sealing the deal there. Take us through that play.
So we were in cover 2 that play, and it was 3-by-1, and I had the single receiver to my side. And my coach always told us when we got the single receiver to our side, I have to carry it if you run a vertical, and that's what he did, and I carried it. And once I seen Carson Beck release the ball, I knew it was mine, and I knew the game was over after I caught it.
What did this game mean to you, coming back?
Oh, no, they go, yeah, well, you know, I just intercept the ball, and, you know, I just can't. That's what y'all expect of our kids in the inner city of Miami. Y'all expect that. See how articulate that man broke down that game? See how smart he is? See how he described the play? What a mighty fine young man from the inner city of Liberty City. You see what Malachi Tony put on his shit? It says Liberty City. So everybody has a tendency of underestimating our kids from the city of Miami, from Liberty City. Everybody's supposed to be such a brainchild when they're in the private schools. Not necessarily. There's a lot of kids that leave the inner city schools to go to the private schools so they can act a goddamn fool. Because when they're in the inner city school, they can't act a goddamn fool. They go around to all little white kids and they act a goddamn fool. Not all of them. But this is my point. Then it puts us in a position where we're looking like this at the end of the game. That group of guys, D-Lou, Jason Titler, defensive coordinator, that group of guys did every fucking thing they could possibly do. Welcome to the show, my man Streeter. How you feeling, my brother?
What's going on, man?
This is Footballville Streeter. This is a guy I was talking to y'all about earlier. I was talking about you earlier.
About what?
I was talking about you. I was talking about how you interviewed Mendoza after he lit up the University of Miami camp, and then Mendoza got on the stage last night and said they wouldn't even give him a preferred walk-on. How you saw it, how you saw all these other kids, Streeter, because you've been covering youth sports for God knows how long. How you saw fucking Jeremiah Smith, how you saw Dalvin Cook, how you saw goddamn JoJo, how you saw all these kids, and you, because of the gift that God gave you to know talent and know kids that's exceptionally well, you saw fucking Mendoza at the camp. And if people don't know how camps are 1,000 kids running around all over the place. And how camps work in college, the college coach has a fucking list like this of people he looking for. It'd be 1,000 motherfuckers running around the camp, but
they all look the same, right?
Yeah, they don't give a fuck about them. They already have a list about 12 kids that they need to look at while they're at the camp. Everybody else is just their fucking making up numbers. So there are kids that light that bitch up, and they'd be like, "Oh, well, he's not on my list." How did that come about that you interviewed Fernando Mendoza?
I interviewed just a few kids. He had a good day that day. He had a good day. He had nice eyes. He's always a tall kid. So I pulled him to the side. I had seen him in other settings, like in 7-on-7 and things of that nature. So I put him to the side, man, and just spoke with him. And I was kind of I spoke to him. I was kind of brash. I was kind of like it was kind of like a funny back and forth, because sometimes when you interview kids, man, people think it's not easy interviewing kids, because a lot of times they're not full of words. But he was. But I've seen Mendoza. I knew him and his dad, man, and I knew how much work his dad put in to his craft. I saw him move his son around, and that day he was at Berlin, and Berlin is a running school, Luke. So basically, yeah, he sent him to Berlin just to get him.
Columbus.
Yeah, just to get him on the field. Like, he sent him to Berlin so he can go get some starts. Then he transferred over to Columbus.
That's amazing. I mean, it's a hell of a story. I mean, to see that clip of you interviewing him, and seeing what his kid come in now. I was talking about two players that Miami didn't get, that came here with a chip on his shoulder outside of Mendoza, who obviously had a chip on his shoulder also. Ponder and Jeremiah.
Ponds and
Jamari
Sharpe, which is who? Jamari. Which is Glenn Sharpe's son, right?
Yeah. Talk about those two gentlemen playing high school ball here and why they got misevaluated at a time where they would be playing right now, obviously, and we wouldn't have had to do a big ass wholesale change on defensive backs this year. This year we got a shitload of guys in the portal because we didn't have no DBs last year. And if we had these guys and we recruited these guys in the class that they were supposed to come in, they would be here. But just, I mean,
Luke, I think this is what I think.
Kids.
I think some guys, Ponds was like a 3-star, 5'9" DB, right? And I think Jamari was a 3-star. Both talented kids, but I think sometimes Miami, when it comes to the stars and things of that nature, they recruit. You know what I'm saying? They recruit a higher kid when it comes to the rankings, right? Rarely ever is it all about assessment. Oh man, let me go get this 2-star. Let me get this 3-star. He could play, right? We think he could play because people, their jobs, coaches' jobs are on the line with these guys they bring in, right? So Ponds was 5'9". He's 5'9", played on the team with God and everybody, Jeremiah, JoJo. He was on that squad, but he was a 5'9", 3-star. And I'm sure they both was just in that tier that Miami overlooked. Sort of like the kid, the Central kid this year when it went viral that KB didn't know the kid or whatever from Miami Central, or they wasn't looking at him. That tier that Miami, that tier right under the tier of the kids that Miami recruits. Luke, I'm gonna say this, Luke. There's a lot of kids down here, bro. You're not going to get them all, Luke. You're not going to get them all, huh?
Correct.
No, you're not. Yeah, it's too many of them. Goddamn. Yeah, you're not going to get them all. Now, when they whiff on the big ones, right? When they whiff on the big ones, like Jeremiah, or allegedly JoJo's headed to NC State. God, please don't let them go. But when they start doing stuff like that, it's a greaser.
Oh, did you hear that in the grapevine? Is this breaking news? JoJo is going to NC State.
It's a rumor. It's a rumor. It's just a rumor that JoJo's going to NC State out there. I think D Money was talking about it today. I hope it ain't true. But when they start whiffing like that,
why would you want JoJo to stay here?
Selfishly, I want to be the one to cover him the same way I covered him at the Miami Garden Ravens.
But
what probably should happen with JoJo?
You still able to cover Jeremiah, where you've been covering him since he was 4 years old at Ohio State.
Yeah,
why would he stay here with the worst offensive coordinator in Power 5 football and the worst receiver coach? When the offense is designed to get the ball to Restrepo and 10, no matter what. Now, I love 10. 10 a bad motherfucker. He's a bad guy. But then you're not throwing the ball to nobody else. Why are we going? Why are we gonna let Kevin Beard commit malpractice? In my opinion,
why would he stay here? I think it's potential for another playmaker. I think when Restrepo was here,
use him in this offense.
I think Horton and Jacoby George them had decent seasons, right? While Restrepo was here. Now if you get
Cam Ward improvised, he came off of the bullshit that they were calling. That's why he was holding the ball to allow certain things to happen, the play develop. This guy here we just saw is no different than TVD. This is the
I think it's room. I think it's room
the way this man wanted to be ran.
No, I think it's room. I think it's room for a receiver that can make plays. I think if they had a guy, you know what I'm saying, they had a guy like a JoJo out there, or even Josh Moore, you know what I'm saying, who should be.
But you got a Josh Moore and JoJo. You have a Josh Moore and JoJo.
We do, right?
Duh.
You're right. We do have them. But if they were available, in Kevin Beard's process or whoever process it is,
that's why he got to go. Listen what I saw. You had Josh Moore, and I talked about this on the Villains. And make sure y'all, if y'all need to go be a member of the Streeters Villains, you get exclusive information before he even put it out on Footballville. I mean, hey, y'all might need to do that. And then subscribe to his page. This is what I saw when I went to practice. I saw a big-ass number 3. I saw a fucking young boy Malachi catching everything that moved and wiggling, getting missing. I saw a Ray. I saw a goddamn JoJo. I was like, shit, them the motherfuckers. Man,
right.
We coming in this year talking about we ain't got no experience. I said, no, we're faster. We're faster, and these dudes can go. These fucking guys can go. But then we get in the season, then we go get some motherfucker from the all-boys school. Where if you screw a girl, then your ass is going to get kicked off the team. And then we go, he's third tier. He's a third option. We went and got third options to replace kids from Dade County. What the fuck does that make sense? That was recruited by Nick Saban, Dabo Sweeney, Kirby Smarts, and we went and got that these kids weren't nowhere recruited by that kind of shit. Maybe LSU, man.
No, LSU, man, with the Liberty first.
Okay. Okay, so we went and replaced our fucking kids with no disrespect to them kids. I'm not shitting on them kids, but
too late, Luke. You done shit on. It's too late. You done shit on. Just wipe it up. Get the tissue. Wipe it up. It's too late. It's too late. They shit on. It's too late.
They shouldn't have been here. They shouldn't have been playing in that game. They should have been playing this year. Kevin Beard committed, in my opinion, fucking malpractice. Got my coaches looking sad and shit. My defensive coaches on the goddamn bench.
Your boy was devastated, wasn't he?
Man, Streeter.
No, bro, listen, and we just got in the portal and got 2 more wide receivers, 1 or 2 more. The second one seemed to be. So I don't know if this process is going to continue like the quarterbacks, but it is a weird one. It is.
Why would you come to University of Miami if you're a quarterback? You're not going to play. You're never going to play. The offensive coordinator, he told you he don't develop quarterbacks. We're always going to go in the portal and get some guy and pay him $4 million. That's just the nature of the beast. That's how it all works in most college footballs. I mean, Notre Dame played their red shirt freshmen, fucking Clemson, and all these people are playing their guys. They're just saying, fuck it, I'm going to develop my guy.
Right.
But us and maybe a couple other ones, this goddamn Oklahoma. But Streeter, at some point, you got to be able to develop. At some point, those guys got to be able to get on the field. You would think.
Why?
If you got to continuously go and get a quarterback, if you got to continuously go and get 50% of your receiving core has to be transferred. Well, why the fuck did you got other high school receivers over there? Why? Why would you even come to Miami?
I think kids leave and it creates holes in your roster, right, Luke? So you got to go get kids. You have to. I mean, you can't get.
No, they kick them off the team. In Kevin Beard's case,
some of them get kicked off. Some of them get kicked off.
In Kevin Beard's case, what Kevin Beard did to Ray was horrible. And I didn't talk about. I'll talk about it right now. I haven't talked about it, but when I had the conversation with Ray, Kevin Beard told him, "Oh, who you think you better than? Who you think you did? You thinking that the kid never said one word to him? He came in there as if somebody had then told him that Ray said he's better than all these people in the room. That was his way of discouraging that kid, putting that kid into a position where the kid's like, Coach, I ain't say none of this, Coach. Why you coming at me like this? Kevin Beard gets in there. Oh, Ray, you think you better than Malachi? He said, man, I never said I'm better than Malachi. I never even mentioned, Coach, why are you even coming? You think you better than this one here? You think you better than that one? Say, Coach, I don't talk like that. I'm a 4.2 GPA. I'm here more encouraging them guys. I'm more of a leader of these young guys in the room here. So why are you coming like that? Well, you need to lead. Well, Coach, if that's what you want me to do, then you should say that, but don't say all these other things. That is what Kevin Beard did to Nathaniel Joseph. And Nathaniel Joseph is one of the nicest kids. It's two kids.
That's what I'm thinking. Ray pretty laid back, nice dude. I never heard Ray raise his voice.
Streeter, you know him. That kid don't even swear. That kid don't smoke, don't do nothing. That kid book smart. he don't do none of this shit. So when he came to me and said, Coach, this man told me I could leave. I don't even know what's going on. Oh, you think you want to play now? That's what Kevin Beard did to him. That's what he did to him. And I said, well, did you go highlight the head coach? He said, yeah. I went to talk to Mario about the situation. And then Mario then went and had a conversation with Kevin Beard. Then Kevin Beard went back to him and said, oh, so you told the head coach about the conversation he had?
You told Harpo to beat me?
You did, exactly. And so Ray said, Coach, you told me I could leave. You told me I need to leave. This right now. And that's why Nathan Joseph jumped in the portal. And Mario then said to him, because he's a man, he went to Mario, and Mario, you know, man, this guy, you know, da-da-da. And Mario, oh, I'm going to keep recruiting you. Okay, hey, Coach, man, I'm like, son, you got to go where you got to go, because this is the same guy who told everybody in the alumni from William Joseph on down, oh, Ray, he dropped the ball in the Florida game. He dropped one ball in the Florida game and been in that man's doghouse ever since. That's why I was like, please let him go to Fran or somewhere else. But that's a whole other movie. Now y'all got it. Now y'all got the fucking truth. Mike Ryan. That's how that shit happened. And if
what you and Mike Ryan beef about, man?
Ray.
Huh?
I never spoke about Ray throughout his career at the University of Miami, because I know how it was going to be pushed. The narrative is going to be pushed. Matter of fact, I didn't even send Ray to the University of Miami. Ray went to University of Miami on his own. Ray had double the offers at Louisville, Texas, and Texas A&M. He took less to go to University of Miami because he loved the institution called the University of Miami.
Mm-hmm.
He made his own decision to go there. And that fucking Beard fucked him, in my opinion. But
hey, look, when you sent me the link to come on the show, I didn't know you had Kevin Beard tied to the fucking pole with a firing squad in front of him.
We just started talking about this shit. I don't want to talk about that anymore. I need to ask you.
No, you cooking right now. You cooking right now. Because you don't really talk about Ray, right? You've never really
talked about Ray at all.
They've always assumed you was talking about Ray, right?
But this
what's up with you and Mike Ryan?
This asshole from the Dan Le Batard show. And I was supposed to appear on Dan Le Batard show this week, and I didn't go because I know I probably did something I ain't had no business doing to this dude, Mike Ryan. There's a couple occasions that he came to me talking about Ray. He came to me at the Hurricane game. Oh, what you doing here at the game? I didn't think you was one of us. I said, bitch, I've been a Hurricane since you was a fucking diapers. The fuck you talking about? The fuck out of my face with that bullshit.
Why is he talking?
Right, and I'm looking around because I really want to jack his ass up at the police. Okay, camera, police, you got to look at your surroundings. This is not the place, Luther. So just walk off. And he has his kids there, and he has his little wife there.
Don't do it in front of his wife, man. Don't do it in front of his wife.
No, so I'm looking around like, hey, man, why don't you get the fuck out my face with this Ray shit? Have you ever heard me speak on Ray? No. But you think him and JoJo supposed to be? I say, hey, man, do you know anything about football? Because you're on the Dan Le Batard show. That means you know something about something? No, you ride Dan's coattail. Dan did all the work. You a fucking do boy. Then we go to the Adidas event the other night, and I'm speaking to one of the top executives of Adidas in the room. I'm talking to him on some shit directed toward the community and some things that we need to be doing in this professional setting. And this motherfucker comes up while I'm talking to this guy and start talking about the same shit. So I'm sitting there and I'm looking, hey, Mike, this ain't the time and place for that, boss. You might, well, you always talking about JoJo and always talking about Ray. Yeah, Ray's going to East Carolina. I'm looking at this dude like this.
What's up
with
him,
Luke? I'm sitting there, mind you, the next day I'm supposed to go to Dan Le Batard show. I ain't called Dan, tell him nothing right now. I'm like, this motherfucker. Boy. Now, if I take him around the corner and dummy his ass up, this is gonna think I'm a nigga. So I, Luther Campbell, have to restrain myself in certain settings, in certain situations, because I know it can be perceived as angry black man. So the man said, the big executive was like, "Is that the Mike Ryan from the Dan Le Batard show?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Why does he act like an asshole?"
Yeah, acting like a nigga.
You handled that well, Luther.
But why does he think he could come up to you and say that? Like, why does he think he could talk to you like that? Because you ain't.
He think he on Twitter space. I think he low key. I think he low key be in them Twitter spaces and get himself all lathered up. But Mike Ryan, in my opinion, is a pussy. That's what he is. He know exactly where he do these things at. He know exactly what he do. He don't know football, because if you know anything about football, if me and him have a sit down conversation and a debate about football and a debate about this receiver room at the University of Miami, and we could have a Ray debate, he wouldn't know his ass from a hole in the ground. He ain't even fucking live. These guys get these jobs on these shows because somebody put them in there, and they just get on there. They play a character, some numbnut young dummy. you know how they had on what it was, what the TV show, what's the TV show where Archie Bunker and he had the one dude, young dummy, he would call his son a dummy.
All in the family. All in the family.
Everybody has a dummy on the show. Hey, JJ was supposed to be the dummy. On Frank Sanford, his son was the dummy. Hey, dummy, come here, dummy. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion, he's the dummy on the Dan Le Batard show. Fucking dummy. So he think see me, I'm off, and I always tell people, when you're off the stage, be off the stage. You think I'm Luke off the stage when I'm in the grocery store, or when I'm in an Adidas event, or when I'm just walking to the football game? No, motherfucker. If you want to have a conversation, you can't lose the content right here. Bring me on your show, but I won't go on your show and then say that slick shit so I can make you look like a real goddamn the dummy you are of the show. And you can be crying Mike Ryan like a little bitch. But I'm not, I won't subscribe to that. We ain't doing that. We got bigger fish to fry. Streeter. So your assessment on it, you went and you covered all these games. Do you think we need a new offensive coordinator?
Do I think we need a new offensive coordinator? You know what, Luke? We've been changing coaches for the last goddamn 15 years, bro.
Hold on, let me put you in the big screen. Big screen.
We've been changing coaches for the last 15 years, bro. Like maybe longer than that. And keeping our offensive coordinator, well, the defensive coordinator was new. I mean, but having some continuity, right, got us to the national championship. Was it perfect? No. Offensively, was it perfect? No. The defense played lights out. You know. No, man, I don't think we need to. I don't think we need to lose Dawson. I'm gonna err on the side of continuity, man, and us bringing the same guy back and doing the same thing next year. So I say no. I wouldn't say. I don't agree with everything he do. I mean, but no, heck no. We got there with Dawson, and I think we could do it again.
Streeter,
what's up?
You said you want to keep the same coaches. That is not what happened on the defensive side, Streeter. Mario saw that the defense was ass, and Mario got a new defensive coordinator. After he just paid the defensive coordinator, he made a change, and we had arguably one of the best defenses in God knows how long. So what you just said, Streeter, doesn't add up. I know you. I know you.
No. You know I would. I don't think Dawson need to be changed.
Dawson. Nobody wants him. He can't even get a head coaching job.
What do you mean nobody in your house? Who you talking to? You and the little cockadoodle dog running around? Who you talking about? Nobody. You were just in there with the villains today. They kind of torn between the two. Nobody don't want to fire Dawson.
Streeter, if you had a #1 pick in the draft, Cam Ward, and you're the quarterback coach, and you're the offensive coordinator,
Mm-hmm.
that should justify you getting a big-time head coaching job. Am I right?
It should.
If
I mean,
you,
it
if
should.
you go to the national championship, that should qualify you to being a coach at some place, Tulane or some shit, or FAU, or well, they got a coach down there. FIU, well, Willie Simmons, he's not better than Willie Simmons calling plays. He's not better than FAU coach calling plays, or some fucking where. That should get you somewhere.
It should. Maybe he's comfortable.
I mean, that could have got you to start when Charles Huff left Mississippi. Ain't he from Mississippi? Some motherfucking well. He could have went to La Tech or something.
Maybe
he could have went somewhere.
Maybe he comfortable.
Streeter, everybody, they're being nice on TV, but they're indirectly saying our offense is ass. Our offense has been bailed out numerous times by the damn defense. And that's why I feel so sorry for the defensive coordinator and D-Lou and goddamn fucking Will I Am back there and damn Jason Taylor. Them motherfuckers coach their ass off all year. Ole
Miss shoved it up our ass, and the offense had to bail us out at the end of that game, Luke. Right?
What was the score?
What do you mean, what was the score? Carson drove us down, and he ran it in the end zone. I was standing in the end zone. He ran it in the end zone to win that game.
Who gave him the opportunity? The defense.
No, hell no. Defense had just got scored on.
Who made the stop
at the
end?
They had just went up. No. That ball was put into the offense's hand, then Carson drove down and won the game. So a week. My memory
he
is
was given the same situation because the defense. He was given the same situation. After they done three and out all motherfucking night, wearing the defense down, yeah, they're gonna bend a little bit. But Street, let me ask you this here. There you go. I want you to see this clip.
Nothing in this world I ever wanted more. Nothing like them girls who ever loved before. I said what I said and I'll say it again. I'm the best for you and it is what it is.
What was going on? Let me see it one more time. what was going on? Let me see it one more time. Run that back. Let me see it one more time. Take my glasses off this time. Hold up. What the hell was going on?
I could have it all. You just say the words and you can rest assured. Nothing in this world I ever wanted more. Nothing like them girls who ever loved before. I said what I said and I'll say it again. I'm the best for you and it is what it is.
That's before the game? Huh?
What you trying to get me to do?
That's before the game. And who did she kiss? Who was that?
That was a lady with a number 0 jersey on her outfit.
Not the porn star, or just somebody girl.
Who's the porn star?
You know they got the porn star who was crying last night, who be out at all the Miami games. She go to University of Miami. Allegedly, she's enrolled. That was somebody's girlfriend kissing them before the game?
I mean, when you look at the face, it look like a lot of makeup.
What?
You know, there's what they call booby trap Tootsie's makeup, and then there's makeup at the church.
Well, where are we going with this, man? What am I supposed to be figuring out?
I just asked you a question. I mean, you're a reporter. You know whether it's the beginning of the game or the end of the game, but I'm pretty sure it's not the end of the game because the confetti was on the fucking field at the end of the game.
Yeah, the confetti was everywhere.
Hey, at the end of the game, this was the fuck was going on.
And this dude right here, number 8 for Indiana. Y'all can't tell me that ain't an NFL player. Like, that's a 40-year-old man. What? That's a 40-year-old man right there. Why he in all gear? Why he dressed out? That's a 40-year-old man. Who
Why he
is number
dressed
8
up?
for Indiana? That's crazy. Ain't no way. Ain't no way.
Like something happened to his face or something, right? Like he was in a fire or something, man.
Hey, Streeter, I can't make this shit up.
Hey, that mother tough, boy.
The man, he's a grown motherfucking man. What you think?
Bro, listen, Luke. When that game started, man, I realized right off the bat I miscalculated how athletic and how powerful they was. When 3 caught that ball and then just shrugged our goddamn safety off and just kept running, and how those running backs was hitting that hole. They are very talented college kids. Like I don't know if they're NFL guys, right?
They're old. They're old
They
people.
old.
With the key to it is getting your legs up under you. Most people will say they got to get their legs up under them. They're old people. Streeter, what the fuck? How old is? Okay, number 8 for Indiana. Okay, we're gonna find out this motherfucker age. No.
I think I did it already. I think he was recruited like in 2020, 21 or 22 or something like that. He signed.
Number
I
8
think
for Indiana football team. Okay, come on, Google. Google moved too motherfucking slow. How old this motherfucker is?
they saying he a redshirt sophomore. Let's see.
There's 2 of them. We're 8.
That's Black.
Black is the running back. Oh my God.
That's Kalen Black. He graduated in. Oh yeah, he's just a sophomore. He just look old. 2024 out of
It's a
Virginia.
redshirt sophomore.
Yep.
Looking like that.
211. He looked 5'10", 211 pounds. No, it looked like something happened to him, man. Like he got into an accident or something. Like his face burnt or something. Something ain't gonna look right. Now I think Cooper old. I think Cooper, the wide receiver number 3. I think he old.
This is hardcore for me. Streeter, when you look at the game, this when you look at the game, right, and you see this, did you think this was the most important part, one of the most important plays of the game? For this guy, 87, the tight end, to miss that block. When there's 2 people rushing, and he just let the man go, and he blocked the punt. Kid from New Jersey. I mean, what do you say?
I think it started with Malachi was trying to make a play. I think it get to a point in the game where you could see Malachi pressing, right? He realized, okay, I got to make a play.
Malachi ain't got nothing to do with this motherfucker here punting.
Wasn't that the same sequence where Malachi fielded the ball like within the 5 or 10?
No, this is us punting the ball.
Right, and I think they stopped us. Correct me if I'm wrong in the track. And I think we went 3 and out, and we had to punt.
Correct.
Yeah, so I think I can see Malachi, right? I can see him in the game sometimes when he's pressing. He realized that the offense is kind of stalling, and he gotta they say he ran back 20 yards to catch the ball. Okay, right. And he realized he got to make a play. I can tell. I can see when he starts pressing, and it's rightfully so. I think he should fucking try to win. We got no points and 14 yards in the first half, so somebody got to make a play. But then they stopped us, and then 87. I don't know if that was his man or not. It was on his side. Let the dude run in and block the damn punt.
But that's what Mally ain't got nothing to do with this. I understand the sequence before, but right here, 87, you got to block this man. You got
to like it wasn't his man.
That was his man. You got the first guy.
It had to be his man.
He's outside. He has outside protection. The line's supposed to slide because he's punting that direction. That's his guy. That guy can be right in your face.
Man, Luke, 87 be out there doing all type of weird shit, man.
But that's the guy.
I don't know.
You correct. I'm glad you said that.
You do.
That's the guy they take off the field for JoJo, Ray, and everybody. Because if his ass was on the bench, because you got fucking you got Mally blocking, 87 got us blowed up on the goal line against damn Louisville. Go look at the tape.
Yeah, 87.
When you put the best 11 on the field, that's eliminate the tight end.
Right.
When you really put the best 11 on the field, Streeter, if you say put the best 11 receivers on the field, no, motherfucker, sit your ass over here. You ain't got to have him out there. Hey, look at man, bring another lineman in like we did in one game. Buddy here tipping balls, man.
No, man, 87. And I know Lofton was hurt. I think Lofton got a collapsed lung or something, but 87 been pedestrian the whole, you know what I'm saying, this entire year, bro. It's like I think he caught a ball last night. You know what I'm saying? I think he made a big catch last night, a big first down or something like that. But yeah, we with the transfer portal here, we have to be better. We got to be better than 87. Like we got to. This year at the tight end position, man, we were kind of.
Don't tell me he came out the portal.
I think 87 did come out the portal. I think for Tulane, right? Let's see. But he was good at Tulane. All right.
Against that kind of competition?
I think he came from Tulane.
Jesus Christ.
I think he's an older guy.
Older guy doing.
Yeah. I think he's an older guy. Yeah, I think he's an older guy. I think he's an older guy. You know, they've been erring on the side of experience. They trust the older guys.
Streeter, you off camera for some reason. I got your logo. Hey, let me ask you. So when you went in the press conference last night, did you get to speak to some of the players and some of the coaches? How emotional were these good folks?
Luke, when Carson threw that interception, I went and found my lady. She was there helping me last night. I got the fuck out of there. I didn't want to ask no questions. I didn't want to. I didn't want to do that dog and pony show last night.
That's what you're supposed to do as a journalist. You're supposed to go in there and do like the lady from goddamn.
You call me a journalist? I ain't no journalist. Ain't no journalist. I'm media. But no, okay, I got up out of there, man. It was too much. Like watching the boys.
You were hurt. You were emotional.
I wouldn't say I was hurt because
you and your lady was emotional.
We weren't supposed to be there.
Go home and cry on each
other. We weren't supposed. No. I wouldn't know, dog. It was nothing like that. Nobody cried. I got my cotton bowl hat on, dog. Right. I got to experience every last one of them bowl games, Luke. And I'm gonna tell you, I wouldn't trade it for a thing. You know what I'm saying? The shit was the experience. The experience was watching the team that we didn't think was gonna make the playoffs start kicking people's ass in the postseason and end up being one of the last two teams. No, man, how could you be mad at the end of that? Right? I think we ran into a team that was better than us. There was a more cohesive team. Like on paper, we're better than them. But between those lines, they executed better than us, and they didn't make mistakes.
And they came in with vengeance.
Yeah, they had chips on their shoulders that nobody knew. they had chips on their shoulders, all of them, from the quarterback to both of the cornerbacks. But I tell you,
And
I
they were
wouldn't.
the difference makers.
Yeah, I wouldn't trade it for the world, bro. I wouldn't trade it for the world. The experience was all that, man. So no, I wasn't angry, but I was dejected, bro. At our home field, they got 60%, 65% of their fans in our fucking stadium. And when the clock went zero, red and white confetti went up in the air as our boys walked off the fucking field, crying with the air filled with red and white confetti. And I created a video, man, that I showed to the villains. You know what I'm saying, like a 3-minute video, so they can see and actually be in that moment. But I think that made the team better. I do. Luke, you know you gotta get your ass kicked sometimes, Luke, to become better. Come on now.
Streeter, you gotta get your ass kicked to become better.
Right.
You gotta get your but what they say the word insanity is when you keep doing the same thing or some shit.
Doing the same thing over and over again. Doing the same thing over and over again is insanity. Yeah, that's what it is.
It's a sign of insanity. I think, listen, let me just say this, people. You see, I got my hat on. And I tweeted this. I commend Mario for the season he had this year. I wholeheartedly think he's on path of doing the right thing. I know Mario make changes every year to get better as a program, him as a coach, as an institution. That's why they got to where they're at. He went and upgraded the defensive side of the ball. He went and got D. Luke. He went and got a defensive coordinator. He went and got Will. He got some experienced guys on that side of the ball. That's why that side of the ball performed at a very, very high level. He has very, very high level. If the defensive coordinator choke on a chicken bone, Jason Taylor could call the defense. Will could call the defense. D. Luke could call the defense. Now, when you look at the offensive side of the ball, I think that offensive side of the ball has to meet the standards of the defensive side that he's created. Now, this is all Mario. And he went in and got some players to help on the defensive side of the ball, which they didn't have. And they rotated, and them dudes did a hell of a fucking job. That's why I love what Coach is doing. And every year he makes changes. You know what I'm saying? But on that offensive side of the ball, it just cannot be him.
Yeah, he needs some help.
And Mirabal and the offensive coordinator. Offensive coordinator, I've said for God knows how long. They need to go down there and get Chris Perkins and let him coach the fucking quarterback, because the offensive coordinator said he don't develop quarterbacks. And for us to continuously have to go to the portal and not be developing these guys that we're bringing in there, you're bringing in a brand new guy from Orlando. He's not going to get developed. We're going to keep getting guys out of the portal. At some point, we should be able to get a guy that's being developed in the room. So it don't hurt Mario to go get this guy from down here and go let him take these quarterbacks. This damn Chris Perkins. But then now, when you look at the receiver, Beard can't call no plays if the offensive coordinator choke on the chicken bone.
Right.
Hey, Mirabal can't call no plays. He's doing an excellent job on the O-line. The young guy at running back, I think he's doing a good job.
Right.
The running back coach. But still, the experience on that side of the ball does not, and the offensive coordinator, he ain't got no help. He ain't got no, I don't, listen. Somebody said made a great point on the YouTube channel. Go get fucking Mike McDaniels. If you don't get no job, go get that motherfucker.
You think Mike want to come to college?
If he don't get no job, he gotta go do something.
Oh no.
Boston play calling has been horrendous. It has been a disaster. With the amount of weapons that this man has at his disposal, it absolutely trash. And if Mario don't change that, you're gonna go bring another quarterback in here, and everybody ain't finna be Cam Ward. Cam Ward did some exceptionally well shit. in that situation. They need to send Buddy packing.
Right. That's what I was gonna say. We're a year removed from the offense bailing the damn defense out all year long, Luke.
Streeter, and the offense fucked us in
Syracuse.
In Syracuse game. So don't do that now. Dog, you know I go. Yeah, but Streeter, you upgraded the defense. You got some great pieces, some great coaches over there. You need to do that with the fucking offense. You need to have people in the room that they can respect. They don't respect no beard. They don't respect the young running back coach. They don't hey, Mirabal is doing his job. I'm looking at Mirabal down there talking to the fucking running backs. You know, which they're supposed to work together. But you need to go get you some goddamn look at Lane Kiffin and Charlie Weiss. They damn near was in this motherfucking game. Because Lane has a good running back coach, Kevin Smith, Charlie Weiss, offensive coordinator, who handles quarterbacks, and then they got George McDonald, who was here. Who, by the way, George was the one who told me Herb Waters was better than Amari Cooper, but George don't run shit over there. Fucking Lane does. That's a hell of an offensive staff. You got to have that shit. You can't have a bunch of 12-year-olds on your offense and expect your offense to be able to make the adjustments and do what they need to do in the course of a football game. I just keep it a buck.
You're right, though. I don't know what happens. If Dawson goes down, I don't know what happens.
Thank you. If he go down, who calls the plays? If he get a DUI and then lock his ass up, who calls the plays? Streeter. If Mario got to make a change in the middle of the season because the offense ain't going the right way, who's going to call the plays? That's what you got to ask yourself.
They have to have an emergency plan. We just don't know it probably.
I know it.
We can't put our finger. Hey Luke, man, you can't keep letting Mike Ryan walk up to you in public, dog.
This is emergency.
You can't keep letting that happen, dog.
Hey, Streeter, this right here is the emergency plan. Go get some more plays off of this motherfucker right here. No, I'm not. I can't do that because I'm getting ready. There's a strong possibility I might run for Congress, and they're going to use that against me. And when I'm going on the campaign trail, they're going to be like, hey, y'all get ready to elect.
You should have never said that. You should have never said that. Now next time he gonna walk up to me, he gonna poke you in the head and be like, fuck nigga, what you said? Hey, oh, you should have never said that. It's on now.
Y'all getting ready to elect the bully. And then you know what I'm be like, the people who run against me, they can be like, oh, so y'all want to elect this fucking guy? He is a bully. And I'm be like, yeah. Who I'm getting ready to go up there and deal with a bully? You take a bully to deal with a fucking bully. A bully don't respect a bully don't respect no punk. I'm gonna tell you that.
You ain't worried about that, Luke. There's enough video out there you doing crazy shit. You ain't worried about that. You ain't worried about that, man.
Hey, you
know not worried about that. That might help your campaign.
Under no circumstances. But hey, man. So your outcome. Like I was saying. I think Mario did a fucking exceptional job with what he had to deal with on offense. I mean, he did some great shit. He did some great shit. I mean, we had the worst kicker and since he's been there. I think I had another year. I mean, hey, special teams got to get cleaned up because that fucked us up. Which, you know, the kicker and the block punt, it's not a sense of urgency. But I think in that department, he needs to go ahead and clean up some stuff over there. Get him some more guys with a lot of experience over there, and get him a guy to coach some quarterbacks, and get him a good analyst, get him a good experienced head coach analyst over there if he plans on keeping Dawson, because he needs to have somebody else to have a conversation with him. It can't be him and Mirabal talking to him because that shit look like ass. I'm just gonna keep it a buck. The offense, the defense been pulling them out. And all we're gonna do is continue getting the same, it's gonna be the same shit. But hey, strength and conditioning does work. And the difference between old motherfucking players and young players, you saw that shit. The motherfuckers were running through us. They took our little
they was tough. They running backs was punishing us, man.
But you know, and I want people to go, and you know, I always say shit on here. I want people to go, if there was one criticism of the defense, which I don't like criticizing the defense. Look at that. This motherfucker talking about election. Hey, he talking about election night in Booby Trap. Listen, man, I could not load up on here because I wanted to show y'all my time at Booby. Everybody in town was all miserable and shit, but me and the people from Booby Trap, we weren't fucking miserable. We wasn't miserable at all. We were partying our ass off. And if I could just show you, man, look at this. Look at this. Man,
Y'all won't worry about no Canes, man.
see all the money, see the money. I'm just throwing the money like I won the Super Bowl. Look at the girl. Look at that. Listen, it was for a reason. God is working for a reason, not for me to upload that on this show.
You say God working.
God working, because God is like, I try everything to try to get that uploaded so I can show the people on here my night, because I'm telling you, life goes on. Life goes on. I had a party, the after party of the game at Booby Trap. Told everybody I was going to be there. I assumed we was going to win the game. We didn't win the game. Still a lot of people showed up there because Booby Trap is Booby Trap, 4 o'clock in the morning. I don't know where the hell they be coming from, but that motherfucker was lying around the corner. We had an absolute great time. Shouts out to the people at Booby Trap. I had a fantastic day. Said, Luke, where you been? You don't come see us. You go to this Tootsie's all the time. Streeter.
What time you left out of there? I saw you text me 2 o'clock in the damn morning.
I was texting you to come go with me.
To the Booby Trap?
You could have brought your lady, because I know you don't go nowhere without your lady.
Man, I probably was somewhere, man, I probably was somewhere sleep.
Hey, you took it hard. Let me tell you this. I have my friends calling me, come to the tailgate. Sap called me 9 o'clock in the morning. Black called me, standing man, rented 2 houses next to the stadium, took all the parking, turned it into a whole festival, a whole tailgate experience like you was in Disneyland with a pig in the ground and everything. All these guys telling me, Luke, where you at? Luke, you're coming out. We got the tickets for you in the game and all that. Streeter, I wanted to look at the game in the confines of my home where I could absorb it all with that sky cam, because I can't be having 20 people talking about taking a picture while Carson backed them back the fuck up and threw the shit in the wrong place. I gotta be able to, Malachi Tony make a play, some girl with a big titties in my face, and look, hey baby. No. I can't do that at these parties. I'm a real football junkie. I have to be able to get on here and talk football. I have to get on here and say there were 3 things in this game that fucked us. Them people ran a 50 front on us. Then they ran a 60 front on us. They dummied our receivers up. Our receivers a cold. They dummied with little guys, 5'9" guys, pushing our big 6'2" receivers around. Then, as far as the defense, let me tell you how they was getting the run off. If you go back and look at the film, they brought in a 6 lineman. Every time the running back lined up opposite of the 6 lineman, they ran that direction. We got outflanked. Go back and look at it. As the game going on, I'm looking at this shit. Hey, okay, you can get away with 1 time. Hey, get away with it 2 times. And then now the 3rd time, look at, oh, we gonna bump the motherfucking line down. Then we never adjusted to that. And I know the coach gonna look at it and say, fuck. And it was always to the side of the field where 8 was. They always brought him over there because 8 don't get in the run fit. 8 does not come flying down the run fit. He takes it, and I've been saying that all year. But listen, man, I'm just saying, Streeter.
Luke, Malachi, the best freshman you ever saw you in?
That's a good one.
Yeah, think about it now. In the comment section. Is Malachi the best freshman y'all ever seen at University of Miami in the comment section? I need to know.
That's a good question. Everybody in the chat. The question is, want to know, is Malachi the best freshman? Now, I go way back.
So you go way. You go way. Yeah, hell yeah. You go
I
way.
go way
You saw
back when
UM get beat by FAMU, nigga.
I go way back. Yeah, I was at that game. I was at that game.
Yeah, God damn. I was at that game.
That game was at Doak Campbell Stadium. Somebody just said Duke was the best freshman.
Duke was very, yeah. Duke hit the ground running. Duke ran a punt back his first college game.
Really?
But Malachi, Malachi has thrown touchdowns. He's ran them. He's caught them.
The chat
Michael
saying,
Irvin?
the chat saying Duke. The chat saying Duke.
The chat saying Duke.
Everybody, chat saying Duke. Chat saying Duke Johnson. Chat saying Duke Johnson. And by the way, both of them are brought to you by Liberty City. But he said, right, Mally is in the argument. But hold on. What Devin Hester come in this? Devin Hester?
I don't know. Devin Hester may be one of the most exciting, but I don't know if Devin Hester had this production. Did he? Correct me if I'm wrong. He was exciting though. He ran the first kickoff of the year back against Florida. And then Musburger was like deep back to receive. That's Devin Hester.
I would say this. Mally got his team to the Natty. Mally, Fletcher, Baines, Mesidor, and that offensive line, those three are very impactful guys. Mally, in this case, Mally got us to the Natty. Duke didn't do that, and I love Duke. Duke like my goddamn son. It's a great argument.
I think. Hold up now, Cassandra in the chat. I think. I saw it.
That's a great argument.
And Mally showed. Mally showed out at the national championship too.
Streeter. But then again, Duke came in this bitch just like you say, guns and blazing on a sorry ass team. That's the difference. You ain't got no motherfucker O-line. Duke ain't had no motherfucker O-line. Duke did not. Yeah, that's
Duke
right.
Duke didn't need it. Duke didn't need O-line.
No, I gotta get it to Duke. I gotta get it to Duke.
Mally got over 1,000 yards receiving, don't he? Like over.
I gotta give it to Duke. Look, man, that's the position they throw the ball to. That's the Restrepo position.
Don't matter, dog. Like I've already did the math. Mally has had one of the greatest freshman years of all wide receivers all time. Top 5, maybe 3 at this point.
But you talking about at the University of Miami?
Oh no, I said all time. Ever. One of the greatest.
Oh, not just University of Miami.
No, ever. He's right there with Rondell Moore, Jeremiah Smith, Sammy Watkins. Ever.
Hey, both of them my nephews. I'm staying out this. Both of them my nephews. Y'all gonna get Cassandra killing me. Daylight coming to get me. I'm a fucking proud uncle. You see what I'm saying? I am a proud uncle because I can sit up here and say both of them my nephews, and goddamn it, my nephews is sitting on top of the world, baddest bitches at they craft.
Yeah, no, they're great conversations to have. Footballville started with Duke. I started Footballville recording Duke. I used to call it Dolo Camp.
I can't lose.
I remember Cassandra was sick one night, right? And they were finna play Northwestern, and I didn't know how to.
Cassandra was sick. Cassandra was going somewhere she had no business going.
She was sick, dog, and I didn't know how to get on the field. I used to record from the stands, and she sent me to record Northern versus Northwestern because she couldn't watch the game. And some fucking defensive coordinator, the first player of the game, sent his defense to jump off sides and hit Duke in the backfield like that shit was gonna work, right? And then 2 plays later, Duke went about 60 yards. Who the defensive coordinator was, Luke? Look,
Are we talking about
you
at the
think you?
University of Miami?
We talking about that New Orleans.
Hold on. I got something.
Oh man, them boys looking dejected, dog. Bro, these people celebrated at our home field, fool. If that don't make you want to come back with vengeance.
That was so fucking hard. That's hard to watch, but I keep watching. And that's why, Streeter, I've not had a drink in 7 months. And I went to Booby Trap, and I just took it out on, I just had a drink. I did stuff that I don't normally do. I was inflicting punishment upon myself. I had 3 or 4 dancers dancing. I had $2,000 in ones. I'm throwing the money. I'm just inflicting punishment on myself. That was the point, because I think that'd be the stupidest thing in the world to do when I see people doing that craziness in the club. So I say, I'm going to punish myself. I'm going to punish myself tonight for the loss of the University of Miami. I'm going to Booby Trap. They pay me a boatload of money. I'm just going to take $2,000 of the money and I'm throwing it up on the dance. They're like, what's the security and the road manager with me? They're like, what's come over you? I say, this is my way of punish. This is how hurt I am.
They gonna be all right though. They gonna be all right though.
I'm just gonna do things to myself. Dancers, I don't get lap dances. I do not believe in lap dance. I don't believe in dry sex. That is dry sex. Why you get me all jacked up? I'm not going to the back and knock you down because I got lap dances. I just did everything that I was supposed to do. Ain't gave the girls $2,000.
That's funny. I mean, you made a bunch of lap dance music. That's kind of hard.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't get how my own supply.
You see,
I wanted you to join me. I wanted you to join me in my grief. I had all kind of bottles. They drinking the liquor. I took one shot of the Tito's, and I don't even drink Tito's. I drink Bacardi, where I used to drink. And I took one shot of that, and I was dead drunk. And it got worse, Streeter. I was in there till 5, 6 o'clock in the morning.
God damn.
Booby Trap on the river. And when I left, there was a line wrapped around the corner. I'm like,
at
where
five,
are you coming
at
from?
5 in the morning.
At 10 o'clock. It closes at 10 o'clock. And mind you, they just unalived somebody 3 days ago. So I told somebody, they were like, ain't nobody going there. I was like, them people don't give a shit about that. How many people got unalived at the climax?
They close at 10 o'clock. It's crazy.
Yeah. One of the Booby Trap dancers is texting me now. See, she said, where are you?
Is strippers in there at 10 o'clock? 8 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah, that's when they're making the most money.
Come on, man. There's strippers in there with the French toast? That's crazy.
You know who do the cooking over there?
Who?
Nevy, mama.
Oh, yeah?
Calvin Russell grandmama does the cooking over there.
I didn't know she was a cook.
Oh, she's an excellent cook. She had a restaurant and everything.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I got to go over there with you one night, man. We ain't staying at 10 o'clock in the morning, though. I don't know what is that. That's
no,
insane.
You can't
That's
go.
insane.
No, you don't go to Booby Trap on the river. You don't go there until 3 o'clock in the morning.
What?
Yeah, you don't go to Booby Trap in the river until 3 o'clock in the morning. No, you don't do that. But man, hey, Streeter, where do we go? Where do we go from here? I mean, it was a great season. It was.
We good.
Hey, look,
No,
they gave this town some excitement that this town has never had in a very, very long time. hey, look, the Panthers, that's, okay. They got Florida on their name. I don't think we embraced them the way if they had Miami on their name, we would embrace that shit. But it's okay. They do some good things in the community. But at the end of the day, man, this is Miami. And Mario had a great season. No question about it. Continue supporting the program, people. I know it's a bunch of pissed off people right now because when I talked to Gino Toretta at the Adidas party, and Gino Toretta told me they didn't have any tickets for him. So him and a lot of other people, but he eventually got in the game.
I saw him before the game.
Else, but
I saw him.
It was like, how many fucking Heisman Trophy winners do you have that can't get in the game? We ain't got but two. And that motherfucker's supposed to be first on the list. You know what I'm saying? So, it's a lot of pissed off people. My bartender, who I go to brunch at Brimstone on Sunday, and I don't want y'all to come there because y'all going to disturb my peace. He's a diehard Hurricane fan, been a Hurricane fan all the way since the Orange Bowl. Him and his family own four tickets, and the people only gave him 2 tickets. I mean, it's a lot of pissed off people behind this game here. And the mere fact that you can have all these Indiana fans up in the place, why does Indiana fans get to outnumber Miami fans? Because they did some funky shit with the tickets. And they didn't get the Miami fans who regular fans their allotment of tickets. They screwed the people over. They gave the shit to the fucking broker.
I think Indiana just got. I think they got the biggest fan base in college football.
No, don't.
It's just more of them than us. Hey, but Luke, check this out, man. We supposed to be going to the airport, right? And I think we done passed the airport twice. So I'm gonna get off here with you, and I'm gonna help this little blind girl right here drive because it's getting bad over here, dog.
No, she's listening. She
done passed the airport twice.
Booby trap experience. She's listening, trying to hear an inkling that you feel like you miss something. And if you feel like you miss something, then going to the air. Who's going to? Are you both traveling out?
No, we going to the airport to pick something up, man. We done missed it twice. I don't know where we at. I think she needs some help. You got your glasses? Nope, she ain't got her glasses on. Pull over, man. I got it. Luke, holla at me tonight, all right?
Hey, man. Hey, Streeter.
Look at it. What's going on, man?
The man really sit there and tell his girlfriend she got glasses. But ladies and gentlemen, I enjoyed the show. Once again, like I said, it was a great. It was I wanted to get into so many other things. I wanted to get into the Don Lemon, Nicki Minaj situation. I wasn't able to do that tonight. I wanted to get into some more of this Trump. It was all University of Miami, obviously, because this is a special edition of the University of Miami of the Luke Show, and it's the day after. Look, bottom line, we had a great season. I wouldn't. It was great. It was a great season. I went through so many emotions last night looking at the game. I found myself here by myself because my son, I do share it, and it was his time to go back to his mom. I had all kind of parties to go to. A whole bunch of my friends upset that I didn't attend their parties and events, and I just wanted to soak it in. I had tickets to go to the game, but I didn't want to go to the game because I just wanted to appreciate it. I mean, me as a kid, look, I'm in my 60s right now. I was able to go to the game with my little jersey on. So when I look at the photo of Mendoza going to the game as a kid, painting his face and all that, I understand that because I did that when I was a kid. I did that. But I did that when nobody was at the stadium. When it was about to close down the program, when Chuck Foreman was playing and shit like that. E.J. Baker and Kerry Baker, where you get in the game with your football jersey on. So to be able to go and see, and I said to myself, I went to most of the national championship games. There was only one game that we did not win that I went to. And that was the game when we played Alabama And I said, and I'm like Streeter. I was an emotional wreck because I stood on the sideline with Gino Toretta and Lamar Thomas and the rest of the crew, and it was hard. It was fucking. So I know how them dudes. I mean, them dudes is playing the game, but to be on that field when you take a L, I couldn't stomach that. I couldn't stomach being in the stadium. I don't think I would have been able to handle stomach. Well, you know, we go through things and get over them. But those people putting confetti on our field, the confetti falling down on our field, that's hard. Did I think we was gonna win? I know we was gonna win. We didn't win. But like I said to Mario Cristobal and everybody on my Twitter, you got a lot to hold your head up high. You did a great job. This man, we haven't been this relevant in 25 fucking years. Yes. Do we have some things to change? Yes. Has it been broken for 25 years? Yes. Do we have to play against kids like when Jeremiah Smith says, look, if I know this Miami, if this the Miami that Miami is putting on the field, I would have went to Miami. I'd stayed my ass home. When you see the kid from, the two Indiana defensive backs who are from Miami, and they're like, no, fuck that, keep it a buck. I grew up being a Hurricane fan. That's why I tell you all every fucking time. These kids bleed orange and green. They have to be turned off of it. They have to be told that, no, you can't play here. And just like Shrita said, everybody can't go there. Because when you break the numbers down, 35 recruits or 25 recruits, what it's always been, it's only really 10 or 15 scholarships that you can get from the entire South Florida area. It's a ton of talent because you got to go get your linemen from all over here because we don't have too many big-ass linemen. You got to get linemen in that number. That number becomes real small, and so you're going to miss out on a lot of kids. You're going to miss out on some great talent. When that number gets down to about 10, it's virtually impossible. No, we develop hundreds and thousands of kids that go off to colleges around the country that are very good, that had to be told that, no, you're not good enough to play at the University of Miami. And they came back with a chip on their shoulder and they did special things, whether it was Devontae Freeman, Carlton Davis, whether it was Amari Cooper, all those kids bleeded orange and green. And they wanted to be there, but they had to go other places. And we had to get beat by them. We got beat by Dalvin Cook. We got beat by Devontae Freeman. Last night, we got beat by two kids. One from Chaminade, one from Miami Northwestern, one from Christopher Columbus. We got beat by them in the Natty, not in the regular season. We didn't get to see them in the Natty and say those are our kids. No, we played with our kids in the Natty. So that tells you this program is on the way up. Mario Cristobal is going in the right direction. I may be critical of certain coaches on the team. Mario knows where my heart is. Look, if it's a duck, it walk like a duck, quack like a duck, I'm going to keep it a buck. I'm going to keep it a buck. I know this game of football. I've been coaching it for over 25 years. I've been coaching it for a very long time. You can only play 11. And that's why I'm a firm believer always the best 11 plays. And there's no favoritism in the game. But when I do see favoritism, I'm going to call it. And if I do see favoritism, I'm going to call it. I will say that again. When I see bullshit, I'm going to call bullshit. When I see that. So when you see me get on here and I call Kevin Beard out for bullshit, I call him out for bullshit. That is bullshit. That's just my opinion. Anybody could get it. I call out Willie Simmons. Me and him go have a cigar right now. And we're good friends. We have a sit down and have a meeting of the minds amongst men. And we do some great things for the community because it's all about love. It's all about real when it comes to me, when it comes to this Miami shit, when it comes to South Florida, when it comes to the state of Florida, I'm on that. I love my state of Florida. And that's why I tell guys if Florida was in this position, last night, I would have been rooting for Florida. If Florida State would have been in this position last night, I'd have been rooting for Florida State because I'm a Florida motherfucker. I represent Florida. I represent South Florida. I represent Dade County #1. And if it's Dade County against everybody, then goddamn it, I'm Dade County against everybody. If Dade County ain't in it and Broward County is, I'm representing Broward County. I'm representing Palm Beach. And that's what I'm all about, people. I love this institution called the University of Miami. I love the institution called Florida A&M, the highest of 7 hills. Those 2 places right there, I don't play by them. So it's not about a coach. It's about those institutions will be standing when a coach is gone. We watched Jimmy Johnson leave and go to the Dallas Cowboys. We watched Butch Davis leave and go to the Cleveland Browns. So I don't fall in love with no coach. I fall in love by a coach doing the right thing at the University of Miami, at the Florida A&M. So when I went to Tallahassee the other day, take my son to a baseball camp at FAMU, I went over there and made my business have a conversation with the brand new head coach over there. Good guy. And you need to support him. Great guy. Going to do a hell of a job. Larry Williams Jr. is over there. Is the ops. His daddy is the president, the chairman of Miami Northwestern. He was at Florida for all them years. For him not to get an opportunity, it's beyond me. For Chris Perkins not to get an opportunity to be coaching quarterbacks at the University of Miami, running backs or whatever it may be, it's beyond me. But these are things that people have to make decisions. Do I hold grudge? I know. I just give my opinion. And that's how it works. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's my show. I'll be back on my regular schedule tomorrow, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And I want to thank you guys, man, because everywhere I go, somebody's talking about the shows. Everybody's talking about something that they heard or saw on the show. Don't have a problem approaching me. I love it. I love when we dialogue off this camera and in public. I'm approachable. I'm not one of them fucking divas. I'm not one of them type of people. You can always come to me, hey, Luke, man, I ain't like that shit what you talking about on the show. We can have that conversation. Hey, Luke, man, what's up, man? We can talk about anything. You can get in my Twitter. You can get on my Instagram. Holler at me. This is all love. That's what I'm on. That's all. That's what it is. And look who calling me. Fucking, I'm going to show y'all. You see his name? You see his name right there. That's who's calling me. Just like the man said in the song, Worldwide West, get ready to create another worldwide mess. You want to talk shit to me about his New York Knicks, but that's my brother. I love him to death. But ladies and gentlemen, y'all have a great week. University of Miami, we lost, but we ain't losing all. We're back. We're back. Whether Mario want to say it or not, we're back. We're fucking back. And we're going to be hell to be reckoned with. We did what we needed to do. We got to the Natty. We got beat by a better team. They were the better team that night. And so going forward, we're going to love our coach, and we're going to be happy about where we're at as a program, and we're going to be happy as where we're at as a community. Good night. And as always, to all my friends on YouTube, Uncle Luke TV, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. As always, like I always say, in the words of Walter Cronkite, may the good news be yours. Peace. I love y'all. See you tomorrow at 5 p.m.
Make the booty go. 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 Pop, pop. Make the booty go. Pop, pop.
I need some bad girls. I'm going to let y'all hear my new song. I need some bad girl. Come on, baby. Come on, right here. You and you. Come on with that, your fine ass.